fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome Dung-Eater, and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
That has to be one of the best game intros I have witnessed in a while. The chills down my spine only amplified the mysteries of this opening cinematic. The voice actor outdid himself, and the choice of showing the characters and story through paintings was a wise one. I've loved Soulsborne games, as I'm sure you do too. And if you're new to this series of games, I simply want to share my love of it with you. I've kept myself hidden under a rock, avoiding all knowledge of this game to keep the canvas of my mind clean of anybody's brushstroke. As I learn and make connections through my own intuition, I wish to share and enlighten those who share this journey with me, but do urge you to go on your own if you have the game. As I have in my previous games, I chose a wretch, the class that starts with nothing but a loincloth and a club. I did see another which tickled my fancy, but I wish to start from nothing and grow, discover, learn, and adapt, to challenge myself, and enjoy a new world of mystery, wonder, and countless deaths. Quickly, you are tossed into the open world. It's a daunting but exciting notion. Also, the game's first NPC that teaches us about the Grace's guides.
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Hmm? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity. Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me, Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you tarnished to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
Despite the ominous comment at the end, Vare, as we learn his name to be, provides us with useful information. Follow the grace. The bonfire equivalent graces show us the general direction of our goals. The one interesting thing he does say is,
To Castle Stormveil, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Grafted.
Godric the Grafted. Though just minutes prior we did hear the name Godric the Golden. Grafted has two definitions. A shoot or twig inserted into a slit on the trunk or stem of a living plant from which it receives sap. Or B, a piece of living tissue that is transplanted surgically. Those two definitions, I believe most can come to a conclusion of what has befallen Godric. Or are my presumptions too eager and false? Traveling as a grace guided, we came across another, as well as an enemy encampment. Here I met Melina.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the Two Fingers, offering guidance and aid to the tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree. Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring. Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect. Shall I turn your runes to strength? Let my hand rest upon you. For but a moment, share them with me. Your thoughts, your ambitions, the principles you would follow.
And so, we are with the maiden. Melina has offered us an accord. Take her to the foot of the Erd Tree. As a maiden of the two fingers, she proclaims she will aid us in the search of the Elden Ring, and also has bestowed upon us a gift, Torrent, our spectral steed. I'm sure I will be seeing her plenty in the future as I need to level. Unable to wield the sword nor shield, as my stats were simply too low, unless I two-handed only the blade. Having come to my demise at the tip of a fearsome spear, I needed revenge. Stealth proved to be a useful ally even though night had left me. Meticulously I picked off enemies, dwindling their numbers, until I was found by a familiar enemy. The encampment purged of its residents, I leisurely strolled about looting the place before returning to the merchant Kale for proper equipment and weapons. Though you may have noticed, I now was accompanied by a triad of wolves. They helped in splitting enemy forces and allowing me to pick off any that wandered my way. They were gifted by the witch Rena, a pale blue woman who sported 4 arms and looked quite familiar from the cinematic intro.
This way, Tarnished. May I have a word? A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Rena. I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk, I surmise, is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth a spectral steed named Torrent. Ah, as I had hoped, I was entrusted this for thee by Torrent's former master. 'Tis a bell for calling forth spirits. Summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erd Tree, the spirits will obey thine command but briefly, as they recall battles past. Now it is thine, to do with as thou wishest. Forgive mine intrusion, Tarnished. I doubt we shall again meet. But all the same, learn well the lands between. How How long will it be, I wonder, before the tarnished tire of obeisance to the two fingers?
With that, she had disappeared into the cold night, and I had made my way into Groveside Cave. She imparted onto us a bell and the ashes of wolves that were chased from their pack, welcomed by a tarnished who bore no name. Most likely the same one that was the previous master of Torrent. She was also questioning us about our loyalty to the two fingers, how long till we tire, though so far we have had nothing but positive encounters with the maiden Melina, who has helped us. Perhaps we knew too little and made too big of assumptions. Just as I had thought that these soldiers had been taken up by wolves, another creature told me differently. After my little detour, I once again headed to Castle Stormveil. Running past the giant and disposing of a pack of wolves, I found the next site of grace. There, I met a woman in a red hood. She knew of Vare and gave some disturbing insight into what was happening inside the castle.
Everyone's been grafted. Everyone who came with me. They crossed the sea for me. They fought for me. Only to have their arms taken. Their legs taken. Even their heads taken. Taken and stuck to the spider. Did you know? If you're grafted by the spider, you become a chrysalid. Like a lark when you think about it. You're all on your own, are you? And heading to Stormveil Castle? Enticed by the one in the white mask, I suppose. Oh, you've come to be one with the spider? Well, that makes us two peas in a pod. But I don't have your courage. It's scary, you know, having your arms cut off, or legs, or your head. I want to be like everyone else, but I'm just too scared. I'm nothing but a craven. I know. though. Can you take this little one along with you? The poor thing deserves someone braver than myself. And the spirits look rather fondly upon you. It'll be glad of your company, I think, the little one. It was a pleasure to see you. Oh, can you pass on a message for me? If you see the little chrysalids in Stormveil Castle, tell them I love them. And that, despite my craven heart, I'm sure I'll be joining their club soon enough. I'm finally getting the hang of this whole pain thing, you know.
From her dialogue, it becomes clear which definition of grafted is being used in the game. She proclaims to be craven, lacking in courage or cowardly, and thus has not been grafted herself. Though her companions seem to have met that fate, and now are chrysalids. I grew eager to meet this Godric the Grafted. Perhaps he is the spider she refers to.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished. Put these foolish ambitions to rest.
Forgive me. I've been testing you to see whether or not grace truly does guide you, and whether you are fit to face the challenge that entails. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Round Table Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace.
Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
Once my sorcerer companion fell, I knew soon I would too. It was not Godric who vanquished me, but Margit, the fell omen. And once more, Melina came to my aid. Here, at the round table, were countless others, some more friendly than others.
Oh, I see you've just arrived. Welcome to the Round Table Hold. I'm Corin, a man of the cloth. I teach incantations, the strength granted us by the Two Fingers, and explore the secrets of the Golden Order, so that one day, if a Tarnished of the Round Table Hold should become Elden Lord, I might counsel them, ensuring order regains its proper form, righting rule over men. By the way, do you still see it? The guidance of grace. You do? Wonderful news. Most Tarnished are blind to it these days. You are something of a rare breed. Well, what do you say? Care to learn an incantation of the Two Fingers? May the Golden Order shine through you.
Ah, hello. You must be new here. Well, just call me Dialos. The honor of one's house holds little import in these lands. By the way, have you met a young woman named Lanya on your travels? She's my servant, but fickle as the wind. Take your eyes off her for but a moment and she's good as gone. If you find her, please be sure to tell me.
You're a new face. No matter, it's all the same. Lay out your arms. Let's get smithing. I see you've noticed the chains. Nothing special. I'm a prisoner and these are my chains. I'm trapped by the hold. I'm dying, smithing for you fools. That's all there is to it. No, don't read too much into it. I've no grudge against you. My being a prisoner is no fault of yours. Besides, I don't mind smithing. Despite my differences, the weapons get stronger all the same. Given time, technique never fails. Besides, it helps me forget the sheer terror of her.
Our blacksmith friend here says something that piques my interest. Who is he so afraid of?
Greetings, great champion called by grace. I am Fear. Circumstances have compelled my stay at the Round Table Hold. Great champion, would you allow me to hold you? But briefly, perhaps you might share with me some of your lively vigor and your stout-heartedness. Doing so will grant me the warmth of a champion, and you, I am sure, will bear a Baldakin's blessing. Do you think it vulgar, perhaps? Where I come from, it is a sacred act. Ah, my thanks, great champion. You are very warm. What you felt light up inside you was a Baldakin's blessing. Though it is but a fleeting thing, I am afraid. Come back to me, should you require another. I will take you in my arms as often as you need.
I doubt she is the one that instills fear in the blacksmith's heart, though I could be easily wrong. And as I thought I had met all the characters, I stumbled upon another.
Oh, this is a rare occasion. I can't remember the last time a new Tarnished made their way to the Round Table. Very well. As your senior,
I bid you welcome. It is safe here. You may let down your guard. Allow me a word of advice. As your senior, you are a mere visitor to the Round Table. Nothing more. A house guest. Yet to earn their keep. Remember your place, newcomer. There's nothing left to say. Be at your leisure.
The Round Table held a number of peculiar folks, not all tarnished as I was, but fate had brought us together nonetheless. The one leaning against the wall spoke not, and the one after was the same. The twin maiden husks was their name, and they honestly gave me a fright. They were a useful shop from which I purchased my shield. No more was I a man of mere loincloth and wooden club, now adorned from head to toe in chainmail that clanked against stone floors. An ornate short sword as well as a sturdy shield. I went back, moved forward, to vanquish, target, foul.